When I was 10 years old, I became a finalist in a school contest in Mexico. The prize was a trip to important historical places. About 30 kids went on the trip, including my best friend. After many hours on a bus, we arrived at a big old camp in the forest. It had cabins, a soccer field, a cafeteria, and a long road that went deep into the trees. It was quiet and peaceful, but also a little strange. The first night, we sat around a bonfire, and the adults told us scary stories about the camp. One story was about a boy who died in a cabin, but the one I remember most was about fog. They said there was a place in the camp where thick fog would appear, and we should never go there. They laughed at the end, so we thought it was just a joke. On the third day, I finished dinner early and went to the soccer field alone. The camp was very quiet. Then suddenly, I heard a woman scream. It was not a ghost-like scream. It was sad and full of pain, like someone crying for help. I froze. Then I heard it again, louder. I stepped back. When I heard it the third time, I ran as fast as I could. While running, I looked around and saw that I had walked straight into thick fog without noticing. I finally reached the cafeteria, shaking and pale, but I told no one because I was afraid they would laugh at me. The week passed, but the scream stayed in my mind. On the last day, as our bus left the camp, I looked out the window and saw a woman standing in the fog. She was not anyone from the camp. Her hands were behind her back. Her eyes were wide open and full of sadness. Her dress was dirty and her makeup was ruined. But the worst part was her mouth. It was open in a way that did not look human. I heard the scream in my head again as the bus drove away. 10 years passed, and I almost forgot about it. Then one cold, foggy night, I was walking to my parents' house in my hometown. The city gets very foggy because of the height, so I did not think much about it. Suddenly, I heard the same scream, the same sad, desperate cry from 10 years ago. My body turned cold. My heart started beating fast. I kept walking slowly, trying to stay calm. Then I heard footsteps behind me. I turned and saw a tall man in a suit. His hands were behind his back. His eyes were wide open, with the same sad expression I saw in the forest. He stepped closer. I knew what would happen. He opened his mouth, and the same woman's scream came out of him. I stepped back, and he stepped back too. Then he slowly disappeared into the fog. Everything became silent again. I ran to my parents' house. They thought I was joking. My roommate did not believe me either. But I know what I heard, and I know what I saw. And now, every time I see fog, I listen carefully.